Hi, this is Rod with Custom Chronicles YouTube page. And I paint stuff. I do different techniques, metal flake, airbrush, pinstripe, and just different effects and build stuff. Today's project is airbrushing out a rust effect on these 1955 Plymouth Savoy fender skirts. I'm going to go through step by step the process I used to do this. And if you like this kind of content, do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel, leave me a thumbs up and a comment, and well, enjoy the video as I do this step by step, and thanks for watching. Now today's project, these here are NOS 1955 Plymouth Savoy rear skirts. We're going to do a patina effect on these different types. We're going to have some rust streaking down and some rock chips and some rust blemishes popping out under the matched color. And well, anyways, this is the beginning. Just kind of showing that. We're going to get these things in prime, and then we'll move on, get them painted and start doing the effects. Now I got the back side of these fender skirts painted, or rear skirts. Got them cut in. I'm going to put some flat clear on just for some protection, and I'm not doing any patina effect on the back side here. It's going to get it anyways when it's going down the road. So there you go. It's a kind of a really neat color. It's obviously a very 50s, early 60s color, but there we go. I'm going to get this into flat clear and then move over to the other side, and that's when the magic's going to begin. Well, here we are on the fender skirts. We're going to go ahead and spray the outside. The back side's already done. Got the color on, got the clear. So we'll just get into laying the color down. I didn't show the back side doing the spraying. It's just really how much of this kind of show before people don't care. And just kind of get this going. All right, there's obviously going to be a splice in there because the air compressor came on, but you know, sometimes that happens. I was trying to narrate and just kind of kicked on. So anyways, back to it, get this spraying done, laying the color down. I'll do 3 coats of this, and I'll come back and reach over to do the other side. And I'll do this side while I'm here. Got it nice there. Come around. You got to watch all your angles. Do this right here, and then I'll just kind of evenly go across, make sure I get plenty of color on here, nice and even, toppling on itself there. It's obviously got to fulcrum. And over here, do this, make sure I get the screws underneath. I'm probably not watching the camera too well, so I'm probably all over the place. There's that. I'm going to reach across here. And then back and forth. And then up here, I just fix that again. Didn't do a very good job. Alright, that's round 1. Now, let it flash off. I'll come back and see if there's any light spots, address those, and then get more paint on. I got 2 more rounds, and then we'll start getting into the real purpose of this video, doing the patina. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start selecting my colors for doing the rust and various things, and I'll just kind of go down the line. I'm not going to be using any neons, that's obvious. Yep, there's something right here. I got the light brown, which actually looks dark brown. I got brindle brown, which is really dark. And none of that. I'll use some orange. And powdered gold. See, I think I got another one that's open. Imitation gold. That's a non-metallic gold, which is great color for doing this kind of stuff. I'll get black to darken stuff up, white to lighten stuff up, and maybe do a little bit of red. Okay, my first color is this imitation gold. There's not a lot mixed up because we're doing the airbrush, so it doesn't use a lot of volume of paint. So here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and load up my imitation gold. I'm just going to start to set the pattern for the rust streaks with this. And well, here we go. I'm going to check the airbrush. Get the needle protector off. I'm just going to shoot here. It looks like it's the paint spraying good. We're just going to create some drips here. Obviously the color gets more intense the closer I put the brush. Let's see that mess. I'm going to fill this out a little bit. We're going to be multicoloring this. Make the color more intense. Come in here. I'm going to streak that up. I'm not going to try to do the whole thing here on the video. Just again make the color just a little bit more, broaden out. I'm going to do some tight streaks. And come back in and just kind of gently tighten that up. And when you get closer, you got to almost go faster. And that's just a little bit too drawn out, so I'll just tone that down. And there's that. I'm going to fix this one here. It's just alright, there's that. I got to do something with this middle one. I got that streaked out. So this is the first round. I'm going to blot out some of this here, and I'll show that here in a second. Now just a quick look here of layer 1. I've got it like where it got pulled up on there, and I got the streaks there. Some of them are a little bit fat, but we're going to create more dynamic with them as we layer it up with different colors and shades. But there that is right here, and I even got the hardware right there. And over here on the other side, we're going to do a lot with this lip here. We're going to get that where it actually looks where it should be. And here, this is a streak that I came all the way down and across the lip and then down out. And there it is. And this is first layer. We're going to create this, but we're not going to get so ridiculous. That way it doesn't look too busy or unrealistic. But all right, I'm going to show the next little trick that I do, or tip, or whatever you want to call it, on creating the rust. Now this little thing here is kind of a shredded up piece of Scotch-Brite, you know, scuff pad, and I got some paint there, so I'll just dab it gently in here and get some material on it, and I'll come back in and I'll start richening this up here with these dots. And you see how that is? And what that's going to do is create more dynamic plus texture. And I'm doing that here, just at the top. And I can go down the line here, but I'll have to switch up just a little bit. See if I can do this here. Now I'll do it down definitely right here. Not even videoing. There's that. See, got that. Now I'll go down and mash a bunch in here. And then come back and airbrush over top of this, obviously. Load up some more, and I'll just kind of, I'm going to go across here, put a bunch. Up here. I can, you know, put more or less, and this is all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of spread this around, try to make it not look, you know, not realistic, but I'm going to get a bunch there, and I'll just keep matting it, and I'll get new pieces of this stuff as I need it. You know, just basically rip it up and ball it up into like cotton ball or whatever, and just keep matting it down. You can see it's real light right there, a little heavier up there, and that's just creating more of the effect. And you know what, I'll put some down here in the corner, show that, and that's just where the rust is coming up through. So I'll go ahead and keep on matting it down. It's just a little trick that I use, a little method, we'll say, and works out pretty good. You know, it's patience. I've tried to figure a lot of stuff out on my own. You know, nobody's taught me this, so hopefully people can use it. And there it is. Now I mixed a little bit of red in with the imitation gold, right there, and right there. And basically darkened that up. And I'm going to do some airbrushing, and then I'm going to continue on adding the texture. But the color looks pretty good. It'll look better when I get it put on the panels here. So let me get into it. with a different piece of scuff pad that I've ripped off. I'm now doing this color here, and I'm just kind of dabbing it and putting it just right on there. And I just pick the spots out and just trail it down. It doesn't have to be all extreme or anything. It's just adding those subtle details that make it, you know, give it more dimension and make it look better. The harder you push, the more thick the blob's going to be of paint. Just very lightly putting it on there. I'm building out from the edges here because that's where all the rust is generating from. It's kind of like a light source. Where you, like when you're airbrushing, you have your light coming from the top right or top left or whatever. It's the same thing with this rust. Is where is it coming from? Where's the water coming down? But anyways, enough of me babbling on. I'm just gonna keep on going. I'll show this after I get it done. Next thing I'm doing is I'm using this paint here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make some scratches down here to give it whatever. I'm going to do it on both sides, but they're not going to be symmetrical or identical from side to side. I just want to put some scratches in where they would typically get them. And so anyways, here we go. And I blob that up a little bit. Just kind of adding that in, just a little, not much. I'll get some more down here. Maybe get some back here, just something. And I'm not trying to overdo any portion of it. That way, you know, it's not ridiculous. I got them there. And I'm going to use this same brown. I'm going to mix it up and keep on going with the airbrushing. Just need a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to get really up on the tip and just put a very thin line here if I can get it. It's not working with me, so, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes it works out that way. And just a couple little ones back here. And that'll be it for this side. And I'm going to go ahead and mix up some brown for the airbrush and keep on going. Okay, now I'm in the light brown. I'm going to go ahead and just check the airbrush here. See how the color is, make sure it's coming out fine. Looks good. And I'm just keep on adding to, getting darker and darker as we go. Over here, over the scratches, so just gonna kind of go over that. probably get a light for this, but anyways, kind of get the gist of what I'm doing. I'm going around the edges here again, just kind of darkening it up. Not overcommitting, because we want to have a kind of a natural blend going on. I don't know if this is coming through on the camera, but I've now just gone around the whole edge of this thing with the brown. I can see with my eye, but you see how it kind of tones it down right here. Yeah, I got that browned out, and I can come in, I can highlight things. I just come in and hit areas. Just brown this out a little bit. Looking pretty good. I'll go over to the other side. Now I'm using another piece of Scotch Brite here, and I'm going to start layering on the brown here. I got it just different, you know, rolled up different, and that's all. This way I can get textures. I'm not trying to get too crazy and fill up too much. We do want it to kind of, again, to look natural. So I'm just kind of adding some dark spots here and there along the scratch there, and of course across this one. You know, create the effect, you know, where the water's getting there or whatever is creating the corrosion. And of course down here, always in the corners. And I rotate the piece around as I'm doing it. This way it's not getting the same blots everywhere. And right here. Not a lot up in here, which is good, I guess. There we go. Let's take a look at this real quick, and I'm going to add orange, but I'm going to do that with the brush. And yep, there's that. It's starting to look good. You know, not overdone. And well, now I think I'm fixing to call it today after the orange, but I still got to do this one. So let's take a look at how this one's coming out, and it's looking pretty good. And again, not overdone. And there we go. Now the last thing I'm going to do is use this brush. I'm trying to get a good focus in on it, where the hairs are just kind of spread out. I'm barely going to dab into this can here, right? All right, and then I've overdid it there, so I kind of already blew it. But what I'm going to do is use this. I'm going to go ahead and get this brush cleaned out. Now I see, look at the things. I'm going to use that just to kind of dab in some orange. Be very strategic about it too, because this orange is going to be bright. if you can't tell up there. And I'll just go around. I'm going to highlight some areas, and that's about it, because it's not a regular color here that we're using. You can kind of see how I'm just kind of randomly just jamming a dot or two here and there. Even put one on the brown. Not overcommitting again. It's how this game's played. So there we go. I'm going to call that one quits. I'm pretty happy with it. And come over here. Put a lot of down through here. One or two in here. And there we go. Take one last look. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the flat clear on, and I'll show them together, standing up. And then we got to get them on the car. Here we are. It's time to put on the flat clear. I'm not going to show it because you ain't going to see it anyways. But just kind of a quick look around again one more time, and obviously we'll show it after the clear's on. The flat clear is to give the artwork some protection because it's very thin with the airbrush. So anyways, we're getting this done. Okay, one last look here, a little bit closer to detail. And there it is. Try to get the shadow out of there.
He told me like last week that he was coming back the next